Spent some time in Oklahoma as a kid where watching electrical storms from the porch beat anything on TV. But that lightning was small bore compared to a corner of Venezuela where the rate of strikes is higher than anywhere else on Earth. So high that generations of natives took a crashing sky for granted right up until one night the show mysteriously stopped. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
It's a mysterious symphony of light, hammered out almost every night on celestial keys that light up the nighttime sky. Bolts crash, 40,000 of them, rapid fire, up to 300 nights a year, the greatest light show on Earth. For centuries, the indigenous people of northwest Venezuela called this phenomenon Ribaba, or the river of fire in the sky. It was as reliable as Yellowstone's Old Faithful, until it wasn't. Last year, the lightning disappeared, and no one knew why. Our journey to explore this mystery begins with a drive through scrub brush to Lake Maracaibo, the largest in South America. Time enough to get to know Eric Quiroga, probably the world's foremost expert on the River of Fire.
I saw my first lightning when I was 8 years old. I thought it was a smile from the night sky.
The lightning to them is like cars on the street to someone in New York City.
And then there is Alan Heighton, who takes museum-quality photographs of the storms and lives part-time on the lake with the villagers.
I try to really put it into their minds that it is something special and unique in the world.
But to get to Alan's hut, we first have to motor out through the tropical jungle. Once on the lake, we pick up dinner.
Barbecue soft-shell crab. Wow. Doesn't get better than that, huh?
Just 25 cents a pound.
Gracias, senor.
And then these stilt villages, built generations ago for a life on the water. No cars, no bicycles, just boats. For the villagers here in a place called Congo, the lightning just became part of their lives.
There were some visitors who came here and they spent the whole night on the water looking at lightning.
Did you think that they were crazy?
Yeah, maybe. You know, who's going to stay up all night watching that?
But folks like the village elder, who we find fixing dinner, always found some mystical connection to the lightning, even wrote poems about it.
When the sun sets,
the
spirit of Catatumbo lights up the night sky.
So what did you think, senor, when last year, in the middle of the year, the lightning stopped for, 4 months, right?
We did realize the lightning stopped. To us, it was a mysterious thing, and we do not have the information to say exactly why.
Quiroga thinks it may have something to do with a global weather pattern called La Niña, which creates abnormally dry weather here, and may be tied to the freakish weather elsewhere.
Oh gosh, that is a monster tornado.
The unusually deadly tornadoes that rip through the U.S., the droughts, the floods. But perhaps the mystery of why the lightning disappeared begins with why this phenomenon happens in the first place.
You think, Eric, that it has to do with the darkness of the water and the methane, right?
Black water absorbs more energy, and the winds that come down from the mountains and push that energy up into the air, that's the root of the formation of the lightning.
What do you think?
My own opinion is that there's a very intense low pressure in this whole basin. As night falls, this causes these towering clouds in several different places. You can get up to 6 or 7 lightning storms around you at the same time.
Separate, different lightning storms.
Yes,
which
right
we're
now
see,
we have at least 3 or 4 forming around us.
Truth is, scientists still aren't sure how any lightning, much less the show here in Venezuela, is created. It could be the result of solar wind or ice inside clouds. They do know that they're hot enough to fuse sand into glass and zing at 140,000 miles per hour. And all Alan is certain of is that it happens a lot, and just as mysteriously as it stopped, it would start again. As seen from a NASA weather satellite the night we are here, the intensity of what's to come marked in deep red.
And also, just for the record, we had Alan earlier say that
12:13, shortly after midnight, that's when we're going to see the big ones, right? So we wait, have dinner.
Okay, here we go.
Remember those crabs? And set up lawn chairs in the swamp. Our cameras ready, credible, and trained on Mother Nature's most predictable show. And on cue, shortly after midnight, just as Alan predicted, the Celestial Orchestra picks up, jams all night. And we realize perhaps this is a mystery not meant to be solved, but enjoyed. I'm Matt Gutman for Nightline at the Catatumbo River in Venezuela.